was always like the fat funny friend. There was the person that everybody can make fun of or whatever. On top of, I was blonde and short. I had all the jokes, you know? Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Autumn Winters. It is so bright and so hot out here right now, but I'm out here. It is such a beautiful day. Look at this beautiful grass. My husband did so well with like cutting the grass. Shout out hubby. So I want to talk about our weight loss journey. This is going to be a two-part video. I'm going to make my PCOS and that journey because that also goes along with my weight loss journey. My husband and I both have lost about 50 pounds in the last year. Got a little bit healthier and things like that, but we struggle with binge eating and we still do. So it was more than just binge eating, to be honest. Like when I was a kid, I remember going to birthday parties and things like that and always getting a big slice of cake. Biggest one I could. I would get a good hunky, thing of ice cream. I would eat that, big slice of cake. And then I would go back and sneak another slice of cake with freaking ice cream. And that was my favorite. And it still is. And I could eat ice cream every single day of my life. Like, love it. I struggled so bad with binge eating. Every time I was bored, every time that I felt like I was stressed or I was sad, I was happy, I was celebrating, it didn't matter. There was always food involved. You have to eat every single day anyway. And they were like, oh, you have to eat 3 times a day. So my portions would be so big, so many things that contributed to the weight for sure. And I was always the fat girl in school. I was always picked on for being bigger. It really started when I hit puberty. So when I started my puberty, I was about 11 years old, started my period, first girl in class. It was a whole thing by itself. I'll go into depth about that. But I was on birth control for years until I turned 18. Me being on birth control, it just added even more weight to me to the point where I was just the big girl. I was wearing adult clothes in middle school and I was so short, so it didn't help at all. And I just always struggled with trying to fit in, trying to want to be like other girls and things like that. And I was that fat funny friend. So I kind of just accepted that that's who I'm going to be. I just struggled with that so bad. Like I didn't want to be the fat girl and stuff, but eventually I started to love myself and love my body and stuff, but that really switched an identity because I had been the fat friend, the fat person for so long. It started to be pride almost. Like the thing is that binge eating, I didn't even know I did it. I didn't even know I did it. I didn't even know that I binge ate like I did over the course of like this journey or whatever and actually losing the weight. I was like, it's not me eating healthier. It's not me exercising more, which yes, that was a huge contributor, but it was my self-image. It was me limiting myself and having these old beliefs. For example, one binge eating thing that I still struggle with today, I feel like I am not allowed to watch TV without doing something productive, having an educational video or something, or eating. Like I have to, like if it's say it's my off day, and I want to sit down and watch a Netflix series. Episode 1, I'm like, all right, I can only watch one episode, and then I'll start eating, and I'm like, all right, the episode is over, but I'm still hungry. But I'm not. I'm not actually hungry. I just want to watch more of the show. So I go get another plate. I go get some chips. I go get more and more stuff so I can watch TV. It was never about the food. It's about the TV. I want to watch TV, but I know that if I'm not doing something with my hands, like one thing that really helped me when I was in college was crochet or drawing or writing or anything that I would do other than eat because I couldn't afford the food that I was scarfing down. I don't know, $50, $70 at McDonald's, getting like multiple big meals and finishing them in one sitting, getting family packs, getting family meals and finishing them in one sitting. And I'm just like, yeah, we have a problem. We have a problem. I just never felt full. And now that I go to buffets and I'm only getting 1 or 2 plates when I used to get 5 plates. It makes me realize how freaking different my life is now that I'm like not eating as much. So my stomach is naturally shrinking back to its regular size. So the portions are going back smaller. And it's just like, bro, I was eating a lot and I miss it. I miss being able to, eat that much, to be honest. And I think that's really hard for me to admit because it's like, oh, so you miss being fat? No, I miss enjoying food. Like, I still enjoy food. I absolutely do. But I can only have it so much because then my stomach gets full and then I'm pissed. I just want to eat and eat and eat. Like they used to say, it's like, if I could just taste the freaking food and I have to eat it or gain a pound, I would be the happiest person on earth. Me too. Now let's talk about the identity part of it. The not like the identity of like, oh, you're a binge eater or you're a fat person or something, but really just the identity of like changing identities. So what I mean is that, as I said, I was always the fat funny friend. I was always the bigger girl, the bigger friend. I was always the big girl who could like take like heavy stuff and I could carry it because I used to work with my dad and he was doing construction and I was working with him doing, heavy lifting like a whole man would. A lot of people didn't think I was strong and I felt weak. I thought I was weak when I really wasn't. It was like, oh, I'm out of breath because like I can't run and stuff. I still can't run and I'm skinnier. Like it really doesn't matter. I'm just out of shape and I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to fix that. But there was always like the fat funny friend. There was the person that everybody was like they could make fun of or whatever. On top of, I was blonde and short. I had all the jokes, like I had all the jokes. Like one thing is that changed so much is that I'm so used to having to be on the plus side of the store. I have to find the plus size section and now I can fit into a medium when I used to be able to fit into like a 1820 in women's, like an extra large 2X or whatever. And plus I would always wear baggy shit and whatever because I thought it was inappropriate to show my curves, to have my boobs out or to show my hips or to show my stomach a little bit. Like I thought it was inappropriate. Like I need to cover up all the time. And I mean, yes, there is a time and a place to cover up, of course, but there's also a time and a place to let it loose and wherever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? I'm not saying nobody needs to wear a child's shirt. Put that back on the rack. Okay, please do get your size. However, I was wearing bigger than I needed to, and everything was, baggy on me. I felt like I could never find the right skinny jean. If the skinny jean was fitting me right, it was, tight in the thighs and loose on the stomach, or tight on the stomach and loose in the thighs, or it fit me good, but then I have to cut off like 5 inches because I'm so short. So clothes were always just the hardest freaking thing to find. And now I can go into any store. I won't say any store, but I can go into most stores and find something that I can wear that's going to be on the regular shelf rather than the plus size. I feel like I don't have to try on clothes inside the store to make sure it fits. I will anyway because, don't want to waste money or time because I show ain't taking a bag. It's just crazy. It's just crazy that at one time I was a completely different size to the point where like I just straight up thought I was disgusting. I was unworthy. Clothes weren't meant for me. I love style. Like that is one thing I pride myself on when I was a kid is that I used to love dressing up and being stylish and all that kind of thing. The bigger I got, the less I wanted to. On top of, I mean, I wasn't allowed to just wear anything. Understandable because some shit I wanted to wear was not appropriate for a child. I just felt like there was so much fear with it around clothes and being in denial that I could wear anything like that, Like it wasn't meant for me. I'm not meant for it. But in reality, like clothes are meant to fit the body, not the body fitting the clothes. And I think we really have to unlearn that and learn that like you can make clothes fit however you want. That's why I'm learning to sew. You know what I mean? Like this shirt fits me, but I have big boobs, so like it doesn't fit me like I wanted to, like it'll be tight up here and then loose down here. So if I just in the back, snatch a little bit, we'd be good. Okay. Good freaking grief. So much. For one, my freaking phone got too hot outside, so I brought it in, and then I started the video again. You guessed it. Ran out of storage, so then I had to clear storage. I'm so fed up with this freaking video. Last thing that I wanted to cover, I think one thing that really has changed my identity through it is a whole fear that I'm only 5 foot. So I'm like definitely afraid that I'm going to be like kidnapped or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, because as a kid, you were taught like stranger danger all the time and like whatever the fuck. When I really started gaining weight, like I felt safer being in a bigger body because I knew that it would take at least 2 grown men to be able to lift, not just one. You know what I mean? Like whoever is attacking me would have to have a lot of strength in the first place. And like, I'm not saying that attackers aren't strong because 9 times out of 10 they do it on a regular basis, but I just felt like I felt better because I knew the wind couldn't blow me over. You know what I mean? But I don't think I'm not trying to be rude at all. It's just I was so scared to be skinny because I knew skinny people didn't have the weight that could hold someone down. Or one of my biggest goals is when I do lose this weight, I want to do calisthenics. I want to be strong. I don't want to just be skinny. I want to have the strength and the muscle mass. I really don't care what number is going to be on that scale. I mean, as long as I am fully capable of taking care of myself. I think that's just the scariest part is your body is changing, and it took me so long to fall in love with the body that I have. Like it took me from when I was in middle school, all the way until like a couple years ago, right before I lost the weight. I think that's also why I got so comfortable into binge eating, is because I'm like, well, I like my body. I like myself. For example, I'm into bigger girls. Like, I don't want to, date a skinny girl. That's just my preference. My preference is thicker girls. I like fats. I do. I think it's very beautiful and very attractive. And I've only known my husband to be fat. So now that he's losing weight, I'm still absolutely in love with him, but there is that fear about, what if he doesn't like me skinny? What if the attraction is lost because my body is so much different? Like, he can love me. I know he'll always love me, but what if our schmeck's life is completely different? In a bad way. I mean, recently it's been better, but but I'm being so realistic. Like, what if I get too skinny for him and he leaves me for a bigger girl? Like, that's such a crazy concept to think about, but I do worry about that. That is like such a fear, because I've always identified, I've always seen myself, I always have been the bigger girl. I've always been thicker. I've always had I have big boobs, and I got, this is all stomach and big thighs, and I love my body. I think she's tea, but that's the thing, is that like I'm losing the tea that I enjoyed so much and I loved it, and now I'm losing it. And looking back, I'm like, I don't wish that I was that big anymore, but I still think she's hot. You know what I mean? Like, I still think she's beautiful. And I knew at the time, I thought I was beautiful. I just didn't take care of my body like I was supposed to. And that's why I started on this journey in the first place. The goal was not to lose weight. I lost weight in the process, but the goal was never to lose weight. The goal was to take care of my body that I love so dearly. And I knew that I had to stop doing the things that kept me fat. And I'm gonna cry. It's just really crazy to think that, like, I self-sabotage so freaking bad. I wanted the body that I had, but I want the healthy lifestyle that I have now. I want the energy, I want the strength, I want I want all the benefits while still looking fat as fuck, because fat as fuck is also fire as fuck. Like, I looked good. I really did like myself. That was never the issue. That was an issue when I was like a child, like back in high school and stuff, but that didn't become an issue because I had already went through that journey. I had already went through the self-discovery of like, I'm beautiful, I love my body, I love me, like everything like that. I just didn't want to take care of it, because I knew taking care of myself and taking care of my body, there was this huge risk I was going to fix everything that was wrong. But I didn't think it was a problem. Not necessarily didn't think it was a problem, but like, I love myself. I love my body. I love me. I just needed to take care of it. And it wasn't fair to my body. It wasn't fair to my lifestyle, my energy, my skin, everything that has changed for the positive. It wasn't fair to those elements. It wasn't fair to me. Self-sabotage so hard that I just kept on that cycle of binge eating, not exercising, and just living in this denial of, I look good, I look fly. You know what I mean? Like, I was such in denial, and I can't be in denial anymore. I can't. I have to face the facts that I am fat, and if my body changes when I lose, when I start eating healthier, it is what it is. I have to grieve being fat and having that identity for so long, because I felt like I almost had a community. The people on social media, to something to do something, or like just all the body positivity that the fatter community would have, and just in itself taking that word back, fat. Like, it was such a bully word at one point, and now we're taking it back and like whatever. But now it almost feels like, because I'm not fat anymore, I feel like I'm like throwing around a slur or something. Like, it's really not that. I have to grieve my body that it used to be. I have to grieve that I'm not the same person that I used to be. I am breaking generational curses by hating my body, and I did that, and now I'm taking care of my body and breaking that generational curse of people just not giving a fuck about themselves, giving a fuck about their bodies and things like that. Like, my mom used to talk bad about her body, so growing up, that's what I thought was normal. That's what we were supposed to do. There was something wrong with us. But in reality, that's not the case at all. There's nothing wrong with us. We just have to change, not to look different. It's not about looking different. It is about your health. If you are 400 pounds, you start exercising, dieting, doing everything that is peak healthy, and you are still 400, something pounds, as long as you are healthy, so what? The weight is not the issue. The mindset is the issue, and not taking care of ourselves are the issue. I'm trying to take care of myself so much better. Anyways, guys, this is all I got for you today. Make sure to check out my socials. Make sure you subscribe. You like this video, comment. Tell me about your fat experience, or your skinny experience, or your mid-size experience, or just tell me how was your day. But I'll see y'all at the next one. Please don't miss my next video. I'm going to be talking about PCOS, weight loss some more, and how weight loss affects my PCOS on top of some other stuff and whatever the fuck. So thanks, guys. Have a good day. Okay, bye.